kid, it's the 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 kid. It is boiling. It is boiling, boiling. But guys, let's hit it, man. So again, for this whole thing, it's really looking up at the latest news reports. I think a lot of people were saying this. You already know that this is the home, and this is the place for all things Champions League, man. I think as a lot of guys were saying, they want to just give me your thoughts on where we start with regards to the Champions League contenders. So I'm just going to look at through all of the different teams. We'll just have this going to be very impromptu, just a very impromptu look at all of the teams who can contend for the Champions League. But I think before I go there with regards to the Champions League contenders, I want to talk about Madrid and Perez. So let me get this straight. Hazard is not getting bought because he's not a big enough name. Barcelona are rolling up into La Liga with your boy Tinio, your boy Dembele, your boy Malcolm in the middle, and there's this guy called Lionel. He is Yai, he's not Yai, So there's this guy called Lionel, apparently he's pretty good. And you think that you will be able to compete with a Bale who can't be trusted, a very young Asensio, sideways Isco, and Benzema? You can't be serious, because Real Madrid, the only player that there is for them to get is Hazard. You can't get Neymar. You can't get Mbappe. Those are the only other two superstars who you can get that are better than getting what's this guy's face? Hazard. So it doesn't make any sense. How are you not going to get? I find it shocking how you're really not going to get Hazard. You're really going to get Hazard, guys? No, look, man. Just quickly off topic, man. This global warming is real now, because we're hearing how heat is just going to the places. This global warming is. Look, man. You mess with the ozone layer, man. You mess with the earth. I mean, why can't human beings just respect the planet? Is it that hard just to respect the planet? You don't respect the planet now. Mother Nature's like, say, you know what? We're gonna come back after you. We're gonna come back after you because you're not respecting the planet. So craziness, man. I told you, man. It's boiling. It's boiling. But I just find that just really, really, really weird. How people will not accept that. What's 110 Fahrenheit in Celsius? I don't know what that is in Celsius. What do you mean by does Hazard blend? So you're telling me Hazard. So Benzema striker, Hazard out left, Bale out right, Isco as a number 10. You saying that doesn't work? How do you mean that it doesn't work? Hazard has been balling with bricks. Okay, Fabregas is a brick, Pedro is a brick, Giroud is a brick. He's been balling with bricks. So if he can do that with bricks, I told you, as bad as Chelsea were, I thought Hazard was one of the best players last season. Despite how bad they were, and we all saw what he did at the World Cup. So he puts Hazard in Real Madrid alongside Bale, Asensio, Isco. Hazard will ride. So I just find it crazy that he's not really going to do that. So Champions League contenders, let's talk. For me, I just feel Barcelona are going to be very, very strong next season. As of right now, I look at them as the front runners, because I look at a team with, I think Coutinho is going to be real. I think Coutinho is going to be real, because I think Coutinho is going to have a big season, because I've always said, you know what, I'm not really sure about Coutinho. Is he overrated? And I'm slowly backtracking from me saying he's overrated, but I just feel that we're going to see a more attacking Barcelona. I think Messi is going to have another big season. Speaking of which, guys, Hope Meets Banter is really returning. Me and Dev we're previewing all of the major leagues. We're going to be dropping those vids possibly like day by day. So watch out for this vids, because we're going to break down all of the top leagues, man. So for me, Barcelona just look very, very dangerous. So I just think, let's just put them to one side. Can Real Madrid win four in a row? Nelu, thanks for this for the super chat. Much appreciated. My number one fan, man. Nelu, appreciate that. 4 in a row. Can that happen? Because for me, I'm sorry, I still need answers for 3 in a row. I still need answers for 3 in a row. Okay, so all of you guys saying no. I think you were the same guys who were saying no that they would do three in a row. So what's the difference between them not doing 3 in a row and them not doing four in a row? Because only once they did 3 in a row, all bets are off. All bets are off. But with regards to their chances next season, Cristiano is a big loss. Let's not lie. Cristiano is a big loss. But what if Bale is fully fit? I think but even if Bale is fully fit, if Real Madrid roll in without Hazard, they're not, they'll get knocked out in quarters max. I think other teams have much more firepower than them, and I think that quarters max is as far as they will go. But but then if you have a Hazard in there, sorry, man, I'm not betting against. If Real Madrid bring in Hazard, I'm not betting against them. I'm sorry. I don't want to look stupid again. But guys, let's talk about Man City. What are the chances that Man City have? I think Man City are going to be favorites again. And if basically, put it this way, if Man City can avoid Liverpool, I think City can win it. I think City will continue to have issues with Liverpool. I think the way that Liverpool play just causes them issues. But for me, don't sleep on Man City because they're gonna get stronger. I think Maris is a very interesting purchase. I think he's a really, really interesting purchase. And don't sleep on them. Don't sleep on what they can do. So I still say that out of the Premier League, I still think City are the favorites. La Liga, I will say Barcelona. And Bundesliga, obviously, it's Bayern. But as I say that, how old are Robin and Ribery? So Robin is my guy. Robin is one of the greatest players of all time. Okay, I'll say it again for the kids at the backs. Robin is one of the greatest players of all time. And when he retires, all you haters will appreciate how we were privileged to see such a greedy, selfish player. That's all. Robin is the greediest player of all time, and that's what makes him so amazing because he's so single-minded. Because Robin gets it. But dude's 34, 35. Can a 34, 35-year-old really do something? Adage, don't insult Robin like that. Take that back. Delete that comment right now. Delete that comment. Can he really do that? I don't know, man. I don't know. So you've got Bayern there, and with regards to PSG, who believes in Tuchel? Let me start with that. Who believes in Tuchel with PSG? Stu Griffin, what's up? Thank you, Murph. Thanks for the kind words. Who believes in Tuchel with PSG? Because maybe that's too big a job for him. I think that's too big a job for him. Leonard, if I could, I would kick you out, man. No. Look, Robert Bestwick, I'm going slowly by slowly. I will get there. I'm going slowly by slowly. I will get there. Like for me, nothing that PSG have done have said to me that okay, now these guys should be taken seriously. Nothing that they've done says that they should be taken seriously. Tuchel, I like him as a manager. I really like him as a coach. I really like the dude as a coach, but I'm just being as well as 3 crack addicts. Can he really be trusted to lead a team with a lot of egos, a lot of stars? You saw what happened with Emery. I don't know. And for me, look, man, Neymar, man, you've got some answering to do because Neymar, sorry, man, you got to sidestep with him. Neymar can look Mbappe in the eye. He can't. Like Neymar can't look Mbappe straight in the eye, face to face. Like when Neymar when Neymar addresses Mbappe, he's got to look down. As in, Mbappe says, no, Neymar, I'm not talking to you until you look down. You can't make eye contact with me. You can't, you know. So, but Neymar, I need a big season. I know basically Neymar, you have to win the Champions League this season. He has to. No excuses, no things of injuries. You have to bring back the CL after that disgrace, you know, of you against Belgium. So, but for PSG, I have question marks over Tuchel. With regards to Juventus, they need two players. Because look, Vienna's look alright, but they need two players. They need two players. If Juventus can get Pogba and Marcelo, get Nucci. So if you roll up, if you get Nucci back, get your boy Marcelo. Labille says, what's up? Guys, Juventus look very strong there. Then for me, I would say, you know what, these guys are strong favorites for the Champions League. If they can give me that, like as I always said, man, Labille needs to get out. Labille needs to get out of United. It's not. Sorry, I'm not even mentioning United in this conversation. They're not even in this bloody conversation. It's like, oh, can they win? Can they not? So he needs to get the hell out of there. So but if they can get like that, now that'd be a sensational return, like to get Bonucci back, but then how the hell are AC Milan going to lose him? Although he's not being that great for AC Milan. But Juventus, as they are right now, are solid. And they'll be competitive because the thing with Juventus is that they are always competitive. No matter who leaves, could look at the amount of players who have left, like Vidal has left, Pogba has left, Pirlo has left, Tevez have left, Bonucci. They still always remain competitive. They've never really sort of embarrassed themselves in Europe in the Champions League. So you've got to give them credit in that sense, man. So but Juventus, they need something a bit more. They need something a bit. As I think they definitely need something a bit more, man. So and for Atletico Madrid, you know what, guys, man, let's talk about Costa. For me, Costa is top 3. Costa is top 3. As of right now, I'm putting Costa ahead of Lewandowski. I'm putting him ahead of Kane. I'm putting Costa ahead of Aguero. As just a striker who you can play towards and actually play with as just a striker. Am I wrong to say that Costa is number 1? Form-wise, not science-wise, form-wise. Form-wise, if Costa is on it. Are we wrong? Because Costa is real. Costa is real. And look, man, that's all. Like, look, as I've said before, if Atletico cannot turn up to another Champions League final and lose, like, basically they should be banned from doing that. The only way Atletico should even sniff a Champions League final is you have to win it. Don't come to a Champions League final and lose another one. So what, you're going to lose 3 Champions League finals? Get the hell out of here. Come on, man. But look, for me, I'm saying that as far as just on form, finishing, strike rates, Costa and Icardi. So with regards to Atletico Madrid, I don't semis max. I don't think they'll have enough quality to really go all the way. Inter Milan, I think, are the real underdogs here. I think they're the real outsiders because Spalletti is building a really strong team. And I think if you can keep Icardi fit, you can keep Perez fit, you have Nainggolan in. If they have Vidal, I think Inter Milan will surprise a lot of people. I think if they can get a nice group. Speaking of which, when are the groups announced? When do they announce groups? if Inter Milan can get a nice group, they could do something. They can do something, you know. I mean, people now guys are not saying that Icardi is overrated. I mean, guys, come on, man. That's slightly harsh, man. I mean, that is slightly harsh. You can't say he's overrated, man. But you know what? I'm going to go out. I think Inter Milan can surprise people. Maybe they won't. It's been ages since they've been in the Champions League. But all I'm saying is that don't sleep on them. Don't sleep on these boys. You know, don't sleep on Inter Milan. You know, I think that these guys can. You know, they can offer sign. They can definitely offer sign. They can definitely offer sign. So who else do we have? United ain't doing anything. Liverpool. Let's just talk about Liverpool. Last year's Champions League finalists. They've bought well, and you know what? I'm not sure about Liverpool winning anything domestically. For me, I still don't think they can win in the league. I don't think they're built to win the league. Champions League. I think Liverpool will be dangerous again. I just think that Liverpool. I just think Klopp's system and his tactics are very suited to this kind of competition. And I think, with Shaqiri there as well, Keita there as well, if he cannot get sentence of, I think Liverpool can do something. So, you know what? It is not out of the realm of possibility if they don't get any key injuries for Liverpool to make the final again. I'll say it. If they do not get any key injuries, to Salah, to Mane, to Van Dijk, to Keita, and so on and so forth, I don't see any reason why they can't make the final again. But yeah, man, Klopp he's got to win something. He has to, he's got to win something because, you can't just roll up and not win anything like that, man. Because, I mean, I want to just reiterate just some of the beef I've been having online with this whole Ronaldinho thing. So let's talk about it. Best player at their peak. Let's talk. Best player at their peak. Not about because at their very peak, who is the best player you've seen at their peak? Is it that's when you know that guys are just having a laugh? I mean, Ronaldinho. I mean, who the hell said Rooney? Cristiano. So you tell me that Cristiano 2012 was better than peak Ronaldinho. That's what you're trying to tell me. Like, guys, man, I mean, all I want to know is that who was old enough to remember Ronaldinho at his peak? That's all I want to know. Homeboy was doing no-look passes. Homeboy was doing things that people said could never be done on a football pitch. That's for the street. You can't bring street football skills onto a bloody football pitch. That's what this boy did. That's what this boy did. Look, Gilbert Walker said it straight. Like, there are no players I see today now that really make me want to go out and play. Mbappe is the closest thing. Mbappe is the closest thing that makes me want to be like, man, I should not have that urge. Ronaldinho was like literally, he would do something. And next time I got on the pitch, I'm like, okay, man, let's just try this elastical. Let's try and do this thing. Because he did things that you were like, wow, that really shocked you. And that's what I was saying thing with Ronaldinho and Messi. Messi is way more consistent than Ronaldinho. Messi is possibly one of the most consistent players of all time. But I said again, Messi is the best club player of all time based on his consistency. But Messi has never really done things that have made me go, how the hell did he do that? Like, he's never done anything that has brought out a reaction like, whoa, what the hell? Ronaldinho did things that was like, what the hell did this dude just do? What the hell did this dude just do? So it's like his impact was crazy because I even remember, like, before I saw him, guys were saying, you man, do you know that there's this player that basically does no-look passes that they do in basketball? I was like, excuse me? So guys were like, I was like, what do you mean by how the hell would they go? I mean, nobody did that whole no-look passing. Just the way that he interpreted the game, the way he did it was like, basically, he stood out. He just wasn't like, oh, this is an amazing player. It's like, no, this guy is different. And the key thing was, The notion is street football players can't play 11 aside. Because every time you take a street football player to 11 aside, they don't know the tactics. They're not able to execute their skills on 11 aside. But the thing about Ronaldinho was that he took street football skills and was able to really employ them in 11 aside, which was not, it's not supposed to happen. It's not supposed to happen. Um, See, I mean, Ribery 2013 was quality, but Dini was different. See, look, man, the thing about Messi is that I look back and I'm like, man, that's just amazing. Like this guy's ball control, how he's able to weave past guys and everything. But my thing about this is that Messi's dribbling is pretty much the same, you know. But Ronaldinho would do elasticals, control the ball on his shirts, drag the ball around, step overs, drag back through people's legs, right foot, left foot, flicking the ball over. So he just had different kinds of skills. So it was like, as you're watching it, you're like, no, it's just technically, there was more creativity into things that Ronaldinho was doing. So Ronaldinho would think that, okay, man, I'm going to flip the ball over this guy's head, flip the ball over this guy's head again. I'm going to now control it and do this, and I'm going to do a no look pass. So I'm going to try and bamboozle and confuse the defender. So it was just crazy. It was just crazy, man. You see now the thing about peak Ronaldo, peak Ronaldo was literally like the most. See, peak Ronaldo was the most unstoppable thing that I've ever seen. He was the most unstoppable, apart from Jonah Lomu. Peak Ronaldo was the most unstoppable player that I'd ever seen. Pretty much, you know. So, like when I saw, it was like you're literally looking at a machine. You're looking at a machine because you're looking at a guy who dribbling max, technique max, shooting max, but everything was just max, max, max. So, but then with Ronaldinho, like Ronaldinho just stood up because of the kinds of things that he did, and I don't think there's a player who garnered more excitement, and I think that is why his peak was so short because it was so extraordinary. And I just think that it is not scientifically possible for a guy to be that extraordinary for like 5, 6 seasons. So the beauty about this was it was for a short period of time, but for that short period of time, we had never seen anything like it. You know, we'd never seen anything like it. But no, Ronaldo was different, man. Like Ronaldo was different. See now, the thing about Ronaldo's dribbling is like Ronaldinho's dribbling was much more about being a spectacle. Ronaldo's dribbling was very effective. That's why for me, arguably perhaps the best dribbler I've ever seen is perhaps Ronaldo because he his dribbling always was there to beat you. But the kinds of things that this guy did was just shocking. Was just absolutely shocking, man. Man, look, guys, man, you have a lot of nerve, man. Like there's some very, very tricky comments. No, guys, look, man, I was watching now on Revid, man. Henry scored some crazy goals. Let's be real. Henry scored some crazy goals. But the thing about Henry is this, is that because I was thinking about this like a few days ago. You see, Henry, Henry doesn't get invited, just doesn't get let into the club, but he's a friend of the club. So talk, he can be allowed into the club. But I can't put him in the VIP. You already know who's in the VIP. Maradona, Beckenbauer, all these boys. Like there are only 5 guys allowed in the VIP. In the club, you've got Messi's in the club, Bergkamp is in the club, Del Piero is in the club, Baggio is in the club, Desai, Thuram, all these guys are in the club. Is Henry in the club? It's difficult. Maybe he's in the club. But as I said again, there are only 5 guys in that VIP match. So it's tough to get into that VIP. It's tough. That's tough. Henry or Edzo. Ooh, that's tough. Put it this way. I would say that Henry was more talented, but I'm taking Edzo. Like, if Like in a final, in a crunch game, I'm trusting Eto to get me that key goal. At a point, Eto was frightening. People forget that the best you saw from Eto's prime was when Leonardo was manager of Inter Milan. Because there was a period where Eto was the best in the box striker in the world. Like anything is in that box, he was amazing. Like, so people think Eto's prime was for Barcelona. No, his prime was at Inter Milan before Mourinho moved him out wide right. But when he was a striker for Inter Milan, Eto's strike rate was frightening. Like, no, Eto was not a joke, man. Like, the dumbest transfer move of all time was Guardiola trading Eto for Ibrahimovic. The dumbest move of all time. Like, the absolute stupidity. Like, let me be real. If Eto had stayed, so basically, if Eto had stayed, Ibrahimovic had stayed there and they had stayed, you can make an argument that Barcelona win that 2010 Champions League. You could make an argument that they win that 2010 Champions League. You know? Guys, I've said this many times, man. I've never rated Kaka. Like, Kaka was very good, man, but for me, I've never rated Kaka, man. I'm like, whenever I see Kaka, I say, no, this guy was just an amazing player. I've never seen him as, no, this guy was... Kaka at his prime is not touching Ronaldinho. He's not touching Messi. He's not touching Ronaldo. He's not touching Maradona. He's not touched... For me, I think his prime is not even to Henry. Like, for me, I would say Henry's prime was better than Kaka's prime. Shocker, you know, Kaka was really amazing, but the other guys' primes were better than it. So speaking of which, I'm about to start off this versus series where I take two players and I pretty much compare them. So two players in a similar position and I pretty much compare them to see how good they are. So the first one, obviously, as you saw from my Instagram post, is Iniesta and Zidane. It's going to anger a few people. People may not like it, but you know what? We just see what's going to happen, man. Look, man, Oscar is the thing about Oscar is that, like, I mean, why did he even move to China? The moment that Oscar moved to China, I was done with the dude, man. Like the moments that he moved from China, I was absolutely done with the dude. See, that's the thing, man. As the guy said, Kaka was not on that same level as other Brazilians. As a Dutch guy said, like when Kaka compared to Robinho, to Ronaldinho, to Ronaldo, all these guys, I was like, he just wasn't on that level. And when I think of the top Brazilians, like Kaka's name is never there. I would never put Kaka's name as one of like, okay, this guy's one of the top Brazilians. Like, I never would, man. You know, I never would. 10:32, man. Oh, easily. Prime Eto over Ibrahimovic all day long. And you know what? Categorically, Eto over Ibrahimovic. Easily. Ibrahimovic is overrated. He's overrated, man. No, Captain. I'm definitely. I want to just put out this versus series, see what guys say, and it will pretty much break everything down. I mean, like, look, it's a new thing. I want to just see how it goes, and then we can then break things down. But no, they're definitely the verses that I've got out there. You know, Henry versus Batistuta. What's it called? Cannavaro versus Desai. Who else was he say? You know, Figo versus Cristiano. Figo versus Giggs. You know, so there are definitely a lot of ones out there. So it's definitely like two guys, masters of their position. Boom, boom, boom. See how they want to go, man. Oh wow, three-way. Damn, that's biggest bottler of all time. Look, I'm not like If I say it, guys are going to start hating and I'm going to start throwing insults at me. So, but a bottler I'm going to throw out there. So I don't want to just say it. So, look, bro, I ain't saying anything. But apart from him, look, Martin Papalemon to miss three penalties in one game is pretty bad. Look, what? Badji missed a penalty. Wow. Martin Papalemon missed three penalties in a single game. That is the very definition of bottling. Who else is a bigger bottler? Wait, yo, Dashina. I don't know who that is, man. Who is that? I've no idea. I didn't know who that is. Um, Adaj, man, is coming out with some gems, man, without a shadow of a doubt. Gonzalo Jeremiah Higuain is the biggest bottler of all time. As in, this guy literally, like, Coca-Cola should literally just give him a flipping, like, endless supply of those bottles just to put on his mantelpiece. So, like, no. The guy's a supreme, so supreme, like a supreme bottler, man. But you know what? You know the funny thing is, I was even thinking about this today. I think I may tweet this out. Humanity are gonna have to take this L. Humanity are gonna have to take the L of really pushing an agenda of Messi and Cristiano being comparable footballing wise. Like it's just that it's one of the dumbest debates I can think of. The fact of like, oh, who is better, Cristiano or Messi? These are guys are competing. And the funny thing is this, and I was saying this to one of the Banter Boy guys. Like for me, I think Cristiano thrives on this whole, and he really buys onto this whole comparison with Messi, and he likes it. Messi doesn't care. That's the thing. Like Messi doesn't really care because I think in Messi, he finds it amusing because Messi knows that obviously I'm the better player. As in footballing was obviously I'm the better player. So I think when he looks at the comparisons, he just laughs. And I think Messi just much more bothered with his own thing. Gonna get a World Cup. Because I told you, it's the biggest pile of BS. It's the biggest pile of BS. Like, the whole comparison. And I look, I said again, people have bought into it. People have really bought into it, which I just find madness. Ray Fiennes is a ridiculous actor. If you want to just see one of the finest acting performances you've ever seen, Ray Fiennes in Schindler's List. His performance in Schindler's List is chilling, absolutely amazing. I mean, Ray Fiennes, man, quality actor, man. Um, no, no, that's what I've always said, and I think people just can't get it through their heads. Goal scoring wise, even if Messi is still a pretty damn good goal scoring, I'll give it to Cristiano. I think that as a goal scorer, right foot to left foot heading, I'll give it to Cristiano. Everything else is Messi. Messi is a better passer. He's a better dribbler. He does more over 90 minutes, has got amazing vision, he's got superior ball control, better creativity. So overall, he's the better player. Like, there's nothing to discuss. There's literally nothing to discuss. So if we're not saying that the debate is about goal scoring, okay, fair enough. Okay, yeah, they are debating on goal scoring, but guys are saying, no, literally, no, Cristiano and Messi, who's I know, like Messi is easily the better player. Like that's not a debate at all, man. Oh no, what's it called? No, very very good news to see Alex Ferguson talking again, man. That was good, man. That was good. I mean, I was definitely happy to see that. Remember, guys, if there's a question you desperately want to be addressed in this live thing, hit me with the super chat. So if there's a question that you really want me to answer, you want us to discuss, a topic you want us to discuss, hit me with the super chat so I can see your question clearly and then I can address it for the crowd, man, as I try and look through what y'all are doing, man. Let's see. Bonucci back to Juve. Shocking, man, because I thought that Bonucci had already burnt his bridges with Juventus. So that I find very surprising. Because I thought it was a point of no return, and I thought that he had serious beef with Allegri. Hence why I thought, once he left, he was never going to pretty much go back. But the fact that, he's not sort of like, there's actually a way in which he's found a way back That's interesting. Is he still one of the best ball playing defenders out there? I'm not sure. It didn't really work out well for him at AC Milan, but Bazal is getting old. Chiellini is getting old, and I think I still feel like if they formed a very good core three, I just think them three, Bonucci, Chiellini, Bazal, formed a very good core three. So I think that's really good. Um, so Christ, goal scoring is a skill. To, like, look, as I said again, it's very simple. The only thing Cristiano is comparable to Messi with is goal scoring. That's it. That's it. Like, as far as goal scoring, that's the only comparison thing. I'll say it again: dribbling, ball control, passing, vision, creativity. Messi is superior. So if Messi is better than Cristiano in like five different footballing offensive skills, then where is the debate? Where the hell is the debate? There is no debate. People, you've been lied to. You've been lied to. They've created this myth. People have bought into it, and I'm sorry, people that don't understand football have said, "Oh yeah, who's better?" Because only it's insulting for someone like me who played football, studies football, speaks about football, to even get into a debate as to who is better, Cristiano Messi. That's an insulting argument. Like, let's talk about Messi and Neymar. We can have a discussion. Messi, Cristiano, like, that's not it. I'm not having that discussion. That's such a dumbest discussion. Come on, man. Um, Greatest movie of all time. You know what? This may sound crazy to you guys. I'm gonna say Terminator 2 is the greatest movie of all time. And people may find that shocking. Why is Tito the greatest movie of all time? Because I believe that Tito has everything in cinema. Think about it. Quality acting from Linda Hamilton. Superb special effects thanks to Stan Winston. Amazing action scenes through James Cameron. Thought provoking, a lot of philosophy, science fiction, and also it's had pop culture references. With regards to like Annie, I'll be back and so and everything. So everything within cinema. Because think about why people say I have an issue when people say Godfather 2 is one of the greatest movies of all time is that where's the comedy? Where's the action? Like for if something is the greatest, it has to encompass all aspects of cinema, and T2 encompasses all aspects of cinema. It has drama, it has comedy, it has thought-provoking issues, it has great acting, it has great special effects, it has great action and action set pieces. It's got everything. Um, so that's the thing there, man. Yeah, man, Alfonso Davis. So what? So Canada now play football. I thought that they played the ice hockey there. So that's crazy. Um, as well, man. Whenever people say that, see, whenever guys say Dark Knight is the best movie of all time, I always reply by saying this. So the best movie of all time has a lead character who dresses in a weird commando bat outfit, a bat outfit that doesn't fit him for the first half, and he speaks in a way in which people can't understand what he says. And in that same film, a guy dressed as a bat gives us a speech about morality, dressed as a bat. I'm sorry, like no, nah, sorry, I'm not having that, man. Um, so no, look, but I mean, as far as Chelsea come this season, it's impossible to know because I think for Chelsea, come the start of the season, which I believe was obviously August 11th, is who do they have with them? Who do they have with them? Who are in their ranks? Who are in their ranks? Who is playing? Who is picked? And then from there we can then go on and progress and say, okay, all right, let's roll. But I have to first know who is being played, who is around. Because once I know that, then you can look back and say, all right, okay, this is how well they can do it. And also remember, when a new manager is coming in, it's going to be pretty difficult, to understand and know where everything's going. All right, guys, a few minutes left before I have to the pass, man. A few minutes left. Let's see what else you guys are saying, man. Um, the original Star Wars movies, classics, everything after trash, complete and utter garbage. I sometimes watch F1, yeah. Superb F1 season between Hamilton and Vettel. Like the last F1 season was the best F1 season of all time. This one is amazing because it's so unpredictable. Because with Schumacher, got very predictable, but now it's much more exciting because it's much more unpredictable. Dashin, if you can explain what Inception is about, I will greatly appreciate it, man. Um, Best trilogy of all time is the Star Wars trilogy. Star Wars trilogy followed by, I'd say, the Captain America trilogy. The Captain America trilogy is amazing, but number one, Star Wars. Number two, Captain America. What are you guys saying? All right, some guy called me a brick. Interesting. AFCON 2019, hard to say, but favorites are Morocco and Senegal. I think Morocco and Senegal are the two favorites. And if Egypt can get their act together, maybe, but I think as of right now, Morocco and Senegal. Favorite actor, Gary Oldman and Denzel Washington. But I think greatest actor of all time is Gary Oldman. Best football manager of all time. Taking everything to account, I'll probably have to say Alex Ferguson, man. All right, guys. Peace out, stay tuned. I'll see you guys on the other side. Peace. Watch out for more vids on the channel coming soon.